Go ahead, and first order of business would be considering the approval of the minutes from the meeting on November 27th. I assume everybody's had a chance to review those here on the commission? There's no move to approval?
Move approval.
All right, very good. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Minutes are approved. We're going to skip the second item and move on to the next, which is resolution number 29936.
Yes, Commissioners, I have here for you Resolution 29936, and it is to recognize Sharon Sumner, and Sharon is with us today, and Forrest Decker is going to do an introduction and tell us a little bit why she's here.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, I'm going to introduce a few other people that would like to say a few words about Sharon and her 21 years of service up at Shoal Creek Association. Let's talk first. Tammy Tridico wanted to say a few words. She worked with Martha for many, many years. Not with Martha, I'm sorry, with Sharon. We're introducing Martha next.
What I would like to say is I've known Sharon for over 21 years. I actually did my internship when I came to the department at Shoal Creek. What this woman did was pretty incredible because she stepped in at that time when we lost our funding. We lost our staff at Shoal Creek. We lost the Assistance League and their help and their funding. She stepped in and brought this from dissolving and brought it forward to what it is today. So without her single-handedly rebuilding this organization, Shoal Creek wouldn't be where it is today. And I would just like to thank her very much for that.
Good, thank you. Next, I want to have Martha Edmonds come up. Martha is going to be following in Sharon's footsteps, taking over the presidency.
Good afternoon. I would just like to add from the Shoal Creek Association Board that working with Sharon and following under her leadership has really been pretty amazing. There's a lot of volunteers that have supported her along the way, and she's really kind of laid the groundwork for what we are able to present to our community today. I've known Sharon through Shoal Creek when my oldest daughter started volunteering there. So since my daughter has now moved on, the park, because of her passion and what the passion of the park brings to the community, I've stayed on board. So Sharon, I just wanted to thank you for everything, for your service at the park.
And Sharon, would you like to say a few words?
Good spot.
Well, I have to tell you, I didn't intend to get involved to this extent, of course. I think all volunteers say that. And my daughter talked me into going to a function they had at that time called Settlers Day. And we went to it, and she got so involved in it. She said, "Oh, Mom, let's volunteer." Well, the next year she got married and moved away, and I'm still here. So, but this year, this is my last year, and I really appreciated the help that we've gotten from Parks and Rec, but the amount of volunteer hours that we have put in over the years amount to several thousands of dollars. And if it wasn't for the volunteers, we wouldn't have the quality of museum park we have today. So with that, I'd really like to thank all the volunteers because they are the people who make the park what it is today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sumner, if you wouldn't mind, was there anything else that you want to sort of cover?
No,
for us?
that's it.
I think you have somebody else want to say something.
Oh, no, he's fine.
Okay. You sure? Going once. All right. That sounds good. But Ms. Sumner, if you wouldn't mind joining us up here, we have something we would like to present to you, and then we'd also like to take a picture with you. If that's okay, if you give us the honor.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Come on this way, and you get the George standing right here in between all of us. You might want to stand next to Mecklenburg. He's the best looking one out of all of us. But this is just a resolution on behalf of the park. We're thanking you for all your service and all your time and your commitment to the park and just overall to our system. And so thank you very much. We really appreciate it. So we'll turn this way, so that way when they take care of you,
Oh, okay.
hold that. All right. And now we'll give you an applause. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thanks for coming today. Good to see you.
Glad we're in.
Thanks for all your work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving forward on to resolution number 29937.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a request to raise a few of our special event permit fees. You have a memo in your packet from Shannon Dooley, and she has attached to that a fee schedule. We would recommend approval of these proposed fees, and Shannon is here to answer any questions.
Are there any questions of Shannon at this time? Shannon, would you like to say anything, or pretty self-explanatory, right? Okay, great. Hearing no questions, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is the motion seconded? Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 29938.
Yes, Commissioners, this is change order number 5 for the sea lion exhibit at the zoo. It's like about $20,000, and recommend approval. Travis, what are we doing here?
This is for some repair to the surfacing over at Sea Lion exhibit. Some of it is to add a non-skid surface. That's the quartzite and urethane finish, and then also there's some hairline cracking on one of the decks, so they're going to use a fiberglass repair for that. So that's what the $20,000 is for.
What were they planning on doing before? Why the change order, so we have
They
some coating?
didn't anticipate that the finish that was on there would be as slick as what it was, so they've had to add more texture to the finish.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Move to approve.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 29939.
Yes, Commissioners, this is amendment number 2 with the Company of Words and Pictures to do some more of our signs here in Swell Park. I think for the most part, everybody likes what they've seen so far, and we were able to convince our friends at Starlight Theater and their friends at the zoo to each put in $80,000.
Great.
And then we add a little bit more to that. So the amendment would be for $195,000 to do another phase, which is a continuation of the sign system here in the park.
Or can you talk about, since they're putting in some money, and the dollars we're going to have, our portion of it, where's that?
Park facility improvements,
Okay.
which is capital dollars.
Capital dollars. Okay, just want to make sure. Thanks. Any other questions? Travis?
Yeah, signs look good.
Yeah, that looked great, very helpful. Okay, great. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion seconded. Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Resolution passes. 29940.
Yes, Commissioners, this is amendment number 6 with Confluence, the design professionals for the Bay Aquatic Center. Looks like time only. That continues into May of 2013.
Okay.
And this is punch list, closeout stuff. Is that pretty much it, Travis?
Yes, actually, this is to keep Confluence on, under contract until some of the repair work and the warranty work is done next spring over at the Bay, so.
No additional cost to us, is that
That's correct.
Okay, great. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded. Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, very good. Resolution passes. Resolution number 29941.
Yes, Commissioners, this is actually rescinding a former resolution, 29922, and approving the 29941. And this is in essence to correct a mathematical mistake on the change orders. Is that?
That's correct.
You want to explain that in more detail, or how does that?
Yeah.
Yes, this, in the last change order, I believe it was for 300,000. And when they went through and looked at the number of parks, there's approximately 6 locations that are being added under this contract for repairs in those facilities. When those numbers came in, it was actually 268,000. So we needed to rescind the previous resolution for that change order and pass this change order for this lesser amount.
Travis, just a quick question. We said you meant by the contractor, correct? When they went to go look at it? 'Cause you
As
said-
far as the estimates are provided by the contractor, yes.
Thank you. Any questions or other comments? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, very good. Resolution passes. Directors' reports.
Yes, major construction, Travis.
Should be a couple items in front of you there. The first one we'll look at is the Penn Valley Drive. It's a two-page packet up there. Has the green bar across the top of it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lossing is project manager on this project. It's Fahey Construction is a contractor. Vireo is the consultant. You can see the description of work. There's several elements to this project. The alignment of Penn Valley Drive from roughly 27th Street to 30th Street. The pedestrian promenade, stormwater treatment cells or BMPs that were added as part of the project. Newly designed lake edge, the 29th Street connector, resurfacing of that to bring that into Penn Valley Drive as well. Kessler Drive improvements in the pedestrian plaza at 31st Street. You can see in the photographs some of the pedestrian ways. You can see the lake in the background up here that was revamped as part of this project. The realignment of this curve, or the softening of this curve on Penn Valley Drive itself. On the second page, there's a good shot of the BMPs that were incorporated on this project, and permanent BMPs, and again, that's 29th Street as it sits now, coming down the hill there.
I think
That-
this all looks great.
And if it ever rains and we get it greened up, it'll be
right.
magnificent.
Yeah, it's all the trees.
Wasn't that true?
But these BMPs, these are fantastic. These are the kinds of examples that Parks needs to set for the rest of the community. And I think that it's been a magnificent job, and they look like they're great.
Yes, it's great. Project, could you remind
Like
me,
you said,
cost, total cost for the project?
Total cost for this project was about $3.6 million.
Well,
We're in the final stages, wrapping up. Punch list items on that project should be wrapped up by the end of the month.
Well, I could say that since these improvements have been done and they've opened things up, I've yet to see one car hit one of those streetlights. And I drive that every day, knock on wood, I agree.
We've got to get by Friday when it's supposed to be.
Exactly, but I'm just, I think the park looks amazing, job well done by everybody, and I've had nothing but tons of compliments from people who live in and around that area, who've commended the Parks Department on this project and everything that's been improved there, so.
And I think you'll really notice this come spring when, we do get some rains and so forth, and those BMPs start to pop out in that area around the lake and everything greens up down there. You'll really get to take full advantage of what's been done in that area, so.
Yeah.
It's really neat. It's great to see this. It's a great partnership that we have with the Conservancy there too as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good point.
I'm sure just Bradley's happy.
Any questions on the Penn Valley project?
The only thing I would say is, I know we know that this is our street. And how do we continue to sort of promote to others that this is, I know there's some signage that's all on there, but this is a part of our system, and this is something that I think when people look to the right, they say, well, that's part of the park. And when they look to the left, well, that's part of the park. But this street improvement right here, is something that we have to also continue to sort of promote and let people know this is really us. And I think if they did, they'd have other recognition, because this is a high traffic area. I mean, you think about this, you go Parkway, and a couple of other sort of, Shoal Creek, this is one of those extremely high traffic areas or boulevard that people throughout the city are constantly using from all over the city.
I have had some conversations with the Conservancy about that, and I think that they were going to, maybe you know more about this, but they were going to put some signs up at the beginning there, so on Broadway and whatever.
27? At the north end or at
Right
the?
where the fountain, the firefighters fountain,
That's
that
it.
street.
That's
31st.
31st, yeah.
31st.
And then on down there, and, yeah, I mean, you're basically driving through a park there, so I totally agree. I'd love for people to know that, have some banners up on the poles or something, so people.
And this is the only piece of it that's actually called Penn Valley Drive. From 31st Street South, it's called Broadway.
Well, once you hit 31st Street, when you're coming up, you're heading south and you're coming up that hill and you hit 31st Street, there's signage at the base of those buildings.
Concrete stone
You-
there.
And it says Broadway on it. But when you're coming the other direction, it's nothing there, nor when you get off the ramp of the highway or when you're coming
Yeah, I think we
up.
could look at some
This is
signs.
Broadway. Just something,
Once you
just,
get north,
there's a corridor, I mean, that little corridor, you are driving through a park.
yeah, because once you get north of it, it's called Broadway again.
That's correct.
So it changes. So I think some signs.
I'd like
The other thing, kind of back to that too, is this project is going to be something that could be submitted for both Landscape Architectural Award.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
So
great.
we have the way to submit to ASLA and also a Public Works Award also.
And
Construction
Stormwater
engineer.
Management Award, and
Exactly.
there's
So
several
So
categories.
probably, there's probably 3 or 4 different categories it would fall into. And if you do that, then you get recognition for it that way. That's kind of how those things tend to surface too, from a standpoint of acknowledgement.
Put it in for best streets again.
Yeah, you can, streetscape, things like that. There's some
No, it is,
categories,
this is
so-
amazing.
And those are all things that could be looked at.
And talking about traffic, the people that came from the Northland were upset about 169 and the bridge being closed.
Mhm.
But then when they got across, and this was closed too, it really dealt with the problem. And I think this bothered people more
Right.
than the actual bridge closing. It is such an efficient and beautiful
Right.
way to get to work.
Yeah, one other thing we did, these slides, we had a meeting of the Greater Downtown Area Planning Group last Friday morning, and of course, the Greater Downtown Area Plan goes down to 31st Street. And this was presented at that time too, so the folks downtown are now cognizant this is a part, they've kind of known about it, but it kind of reinforced that too. So I think your suggestions are good about signage, anything we can do to kind of acknowledge this is an important part of the project.
There is continued work in that area with Public Works, working on the bridge at 31st Street and so forth. Jimmy's been working with Waysun, with
Yes.
Public Works on that project to
That's,
provide input from park standpoint so that we can make all this kind of tie together.
Great,
Yeah,
thank you.
this is great.
The second packet is of the Blue River Trail, and Richard Allen's project manager on this project. National Streetscape is a contractor. Trans Systems was a consultant on the project. Again, this is about a $1.5 million project that we're just going through punch list items, should be wrapped up at the end of this month. And those photos that you have, I have a larger map here, and this portion in red is actually this project. And so where you see the one that has the rail where it says it's going over a 60-inch culvert, that's roughly in this area right here, where this drainage way comes through. Then I think second to the last photo has pictures of the where they go underneath the train tracks. One's at the south end and one's at the north end. The north end had to be cantilevered over the track due to the location of where the river was underneath the train tracks. So the little canopy that would stop anything from falling off the train tracks onto somebody on the trail is cantilevered over the trail. The next two, there's one here and one here. There was enough trail there, it was wide enough where they could put supports on both sides, so.
Where does what is the black trail? What?
Indian Creek,
Okay.
that's all completed right now.
yes. So once this is complete, you can basically go from Overland Park along the Indian Creek Trail all the way up, connect up to this trail, go all the way back down to Alex George Lake, so. This piece of it is a couple miles, just this segment.
Well, when it's
I
all
forget
said and
what
done,
this is done.
when it's all
This
said and done,
is
it's 5 miles.
5 miles, yeah.
When it's all- Now, we also have a grant that takes you from Alex George Lakes down to Red Bridge Road that was just awarded, well, actually approved by Mark, hopefully next Tuesday.
Yeah.
It'll take us down to Red Bridge Road, and that's the last little segment.
That's fantastic.
This is going to be presented at the Trailside Center on Friday morning. Councilman Taylor and Councilman Sharp have a first Friday meeting they have out at the Trailside Center there at 9 Nights at Home. One of Anna Hare's staff's
great.
out there.
What's the name of the other trail? When we went dedicated over late summer, the trail that sits right off of, is it Holmes? In that
Yeah.
park that
Well,
sits.
were we by the Ball Diamonds?
Well, that's this
That's
piece,
this piece right down here.
That's that piece.
yeah.
Yeah, we kind of walked over to a bridge.
Yeah,
This
that's
is-
it
that's
though.
it.
Okay,
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was a section that was completed last year. and this-
I was thinking I was further.
Yeah, this fills the gap, basically, is what it does. This trail, I walked it last week, it is gorgeous back in there. I mean, it's back in the woods, places you would never see if it wasn't for a trail. I mean, it's really back into the,
Yeah.
and people were using it too, it was busy. They were out there, and this is a, nice connection piece.
What's the name of that park there again?
That 103rd
Yeah.
and 435
Right.
Ball Diamonds,
Yeah.
it's basically the Ball Diamond Complex out there, soccer fields and Ball
Blue
Diamonds out there.
Blue River Athletic Complex.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Who's gonna say it? Heidi? Heidi's up.
Hello.
All right, well, the end is in sight for our holiday activities, so yay, or happy holidays. We had great Santa's Wonderlands over the weekend. Thank you to those of you who were able to make it. Pretty good weather on Friday and Saturday night, a little brisk on Sunday, a bit of a smaller crowd out there at Longview, but everything looked beautiful. We had lots of positive compliments. And I'd like to thank the district staff for making the parks look so great and getting the lights up and down every night. Of course, I'd like to thank the Starlight Stars for their performances. They are Santa's opening act and have been for the last 3 years. And they do a fine job. This year, for the first time, we had the Zoo-mobile out there. So they were out there with their little displays and handouts and gift items on the 2 outdoor events. On Saturday evening, since we have the heated shelter, they were able to actually bring some animals out. So when there's a weather-controlled environment, they're able to do that. So we want to thank them for being part of it. And I particularly want to thank the Kansas City Police Department for the amazing escorts that they gave to Santa on Friday evening. It was
We were VIP.
yeah,
maybe.
I mean, they've
Way.
never done anything quite to that extreme.
Yes.
There was 4 motorcycle cops leading the sleigh, and then they had blocked all the roads off previous, so Santa had this just grand entry, and it was very exciting. So clearly Santa and his sleigh riders were VIPs that evening.
Man, it was great.
Yeah, that had to be a pretty cool feeling to be in that sleigh coming down. So anyway, thank you very much. Of course, we are all set up and ready. We've been out to Westport Roanoke this morning, setting up for the breakfast with the board in the morning and the Employee Service Awards for a time with the city of Kansas City. So hopefully, who's going to be there? Really? Very good. No?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's at 7:30 at Westport Roanoke. So bring your appetite, because as always, it's all you can eat pancakes. Plus, we are going to have eggs, hash browns, sausage, orange juice, coffee, and hopefully still Tang.
Oh, boy, Tang.
Chris Cakes is doing it.
I'm gonna start chewing when I hear Tang.
Okay, and then on Friday, as I've mentioned previously, we are having a booth at the Downtown Council Luncheon, which is down at the Convention Center. We're going to be displaying the actual photographs, winning photographs from our Green Exposures photography contest. The theme of the luncheon is kind of arts, and downtown is an arts center, so we thought that was appropriate, as well as giving out those little calendars that we handed out the last time. So everyone will probably like those. I'm certain I've gotten a lot of compliments on the calendars as well. And then on Saturday, the Kris Kringle Run is taking place just across the way here at Swope Park and Southeast Community Center. Holiday parties have started, and we'll be, or Mark Bolin will be continuing, and we're having great success with those as well. And we'd like to thank the Mayor's Office for providing the toys for the parties. Skate with Santa is the following weekend, and then, as you probably know, the ordinance making Parks and Rec the sole permitter for mobile street-based events, i.e. races, rides, runs, passed in the city council. So now we will be responsible for those, and as you know, also have an RFP that is concluded, and we've received 6 complete submissions for that position, and we'll be reviewing those this week and next week. And then deciding before the end of the year who will be serving as the race coordinator, or race czar, as we call it. Yes. 6 proposals.
A lot of conversation about that.
A lot of conversation, a lot of positive comments, again, about the fact that we are creating that position for the city. So Councilwoman Markison has really spearheaded that and driven that process over the last year. And it's finally coming to a conclusion, which is extremely exciting.
Along that same line, I know that I know she wants to be part of helping pick that particular firm or organization.
Right.
You received proposals at close of business yesterday, is that correct, on your marketing? And
Yes, on the branding, rebranding, image campaign, website, marketing, event development. I received 5 RFPs on that, and those came at the close of business yesterday, so we'll be reviewing those as well.
Right. I might add, too, is those 5 came in yesterday. We also have proposals coming in to look at our recreational operation mark on the 21st, is that correct? So those will be out here. And then there's another proposal that we were working on in relationship to a Northland Community Center study that we got on the 19th of December. And I know that's kind of an effort that both Commissioners Dillingham and Mecklenburg involved in, and I think one of those 2 gentlemen, Allen's or Dave, is going to be part of that process on that. And so I might ask the rest of the Commissioners if they'd like to be part of reviewing those proposals that came in on the marketing yesterday, or also in the Recreation Division that comes in later this month. Be part of the, because usually we'll shortlist them and then doing some interviews. So if you have an interest in that, please let us know on either one of those 2 to be helpful.
Very good. Sent out an email with regards to holiday gift items through the Parks and Recreation Department. Sold some socks, sold some hats, and I know Ann McFerrin has gotten some interest on some of the books, so thank you.
That's great.
And we've added one more book now, too. We have that new book.
We do have the fountain book. Okay,
We
good.
just got those, and we shared them with the Commissioners in that book, and Carmen worked out a deal with the Kansas City Star, so
Way to go.
if we sell those, we make money.
There you go. Alan, hold up the book so the camera can get it. That's a fantastic looking book. It is.
Yeah.
City of Fountains book.
There you go.
It's hot off the press.
Exactly. We're
I
starting
like
as
it.
bids for $10 as well.
We're not going to make any money at $10.
Oh, my bad. $50.
Okay, and then also, we will have Steve Lampone's retirement party next Monday from 2 to 6 right here in this area.
Great.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
I just want to say thanks again for the Santa. It was amazing. That whole experience was great from start to finish. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being there.
Thank you.
One other thing, Directors, Tammy prepared a report related to the Bay Water Park, kind of an assessment of the first year. Pass those on down. Getting up to 3, 4, 5. Talks about the math, as I say, revenue and expenses. Pretty much that's the focus of the first page. And then we sure want to do better in 2013. So on the back, there's some recommendations that are being considered in relationship to the 2013 season. And we'll probably be talking more about the recommendations as we go forward. But anyway, a great first year from the standpoint of we did serve a lot of almost 30,000 folks at the Bay Aquatic Center.
And I know one of the other things that I know some of the commissioners are also interested in is not just about a wrap up around certain parks, but just overall for the system, and I think it'll be helpful.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on that. I've got
Great.
some few ideas, and I want to kind of spend a little more time on that.
Great. A little bit of a year in review.
Yeah, year review, and we'll have highlights practically from every month. Some of the construction projects, programs, activities, and things like that. And so we'll, and of course, we've got a couple weeks left. A few things probably happen next couple weeks. So we'll plan. It's okay to have that on the agenda for our first meeting in January.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Anything for public hearing? There's nobody on there. Sir, are you a guest of ours? I'm sorry. No, okay, just want to make sure, I'm sorry. Calendar review, anything else?
Yes, I think most of it got covered in December with Heidi's reports. Most of our, well, actually Starlight has a board meeting on the 18th, so that's one of our partner organizations that has. And then, of course, FOTS has their board meeting tomorrow. Alan, are you good for that? McLean, are you good for the 18th on the Starlight? Can you tell the board, are they aware of the Starlight organization that you and Katie Fitzgerald are heading up?
I don't know.
Please tell.
Katie Dunn Fitzgerald and I have started a young professionals arm of Starlight called Starlight Center Stage. And so we've rounded up about 35 of the young professionals in the city that were either recommended by Katie or myself or by members of the Starlight Board as sort of a way of developing young leaders within their organizations. We've had a couple membership drives. We've had a couple of discounted events, VIP sort of events at Starlight, one for a concert, one for a Broadway show. Had really good turnout and really good interest in both of those. And we're now just kind of trying to formalize the organization and getting, bylaws together and what the membership structure will be, and to continue to bring additional people on. So just a way of bringing in a more diverse audience to Starlight in both age and ethnicity, and just kind of keep that Starlight alive that we all grew up experiencing, particularly for people who aren't from Kansas City and don't really know about the gym that we have at Starlight. We just want to kind of highlight Starlight in the younger demographic.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, good work, good work. Having attended that Starlight board for a few years, that effort had been attempted in the past but was never successful. So great job.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, I believe that's it. Nothing else to calendar review. No other business, meeting adjourned.